Have you ever wanted to create smooth and unique page transitions in Next.js without using any animation libraries? In this video, we're going to build several beautiful page transition effects using Next.js View Transitions and pure CSS. We'll start with a simple project, set up multiple pages, create reusable components, and then bring everything to life with custom animations. So, let's get started. All right, as you can see, I have a completely blank project here, and there's no content in it yet. And this is pretty much the default styling. The first thing we need to do is create our pages, along with a persistent navigation menu that allows us to move between them. The structure of these pages is going to be very simple. Each page will basically have a background image and a title. Keep in mind that the way these pages look isn't really important. You can design your own layout or template however you like. Our main goal here is to demonstrate the page transitions. I want to create a list that we can use for multiple things: the page titles, the navigation links, and the image paths. I've already prepared the images inside the public folder, so instead of creating each page separately, I'm going to build a reusable component called Scene Page. This component will act as the template for all of our pages. The title, background image, and other content will change depending on the current scene. Now, let's create a folder called lib. I already have this folder here, and inside it, we're going to create our scene list. Here, I have an array called scenes. Each scene contains properties like slug, href, label, title, image, alt, and overlay. And the getScene function will help us retrieve the correct scene based on the current page. Now let's go back to our scene page component and create a simple structure for our pages. The background image will be rendered using the image object, which contains both the image path and its alt text. Then we have the image overlay and the page title. I'm using the overlay to make the text more readable and also to add a little more visual depth to the design. But of course, you can remove it if you prefer. All right, our core structure is ready. Now, let's move on and create the actual pages. Next, let's create our navigation menu. I've already prepared the component, so I'm just going to add the code here. Now let's add the navigation to our layout so it stays shared across all of our pages. Now, if we want to create transitions between our pages, we need to enable a feature in Next.js that isn't enabled by default. To enable experimental features or add new configuration options in Next.js, we need to update our next.config.ts file. Here, I'm setting View Transition to True to enable View Transitions. And to avoid a TypeScript error for now, I'm adding a @ts-ignore comment right above it. Next, we need to create a template.tsx file. But before we do that, let me quickly explain the difference between layout.tsx and template.tsx in the Next.js app router. Both of them can be used to create shared UI between pages. But the main difference is how they handle component state and their life cycle. A layout persists while navigating between routes, while a template creates a new instance for each route. And that's exactly what we need here. We want the new page to be recreated every time we navigate to it, so the transition can run properly. So, we're going to wrap our page content inside the View Transition component. We'll also use these enter and exit parameters later when creating our transition effects. But we also have a navbar that we want to keep persistent. So, I'm going to give it a View Transition name called navbar. Take a look at this. Every time we change pages, the navbar also fades out and appears again. We don't want that. We want it to remain visually fixed during the transition. Also, I've already placed all of these images inside the public folder. Don't worry, I'll provide the source code so you can access everything later. So, inside global.css, I'm going to disable the animation for the navbar so it doesn't participate in the transition. And now, as you can see, our navigation stays fixed. Now, let's go to global.css and add the styles we need to create our page transitions. First, for both the old and new View Transition pseudo elements, I'm setting the Mix Blend mode to normal. Next, this style controls the animation of the page that's leaving the screen. And this one handles the animation for the new page as it enters. Now, let's create the keyframes for both animations. All right, let's see how it looks. As you can see, the animation is already running really smoothly. There's still a little movement happening with the navbar, but I'll fix that in just a moment. Here, when the new page enters, it moves from translate y open parenthesis 25% close parenthesis back to its normal position. And this clip dash path is what creates those interesting parallax-like shapes that you can see during the transition between pages. Then, when we navigate to another page, the current page fades out as the transition begins. Next, I'm going to create a few more transition styles. But before that, Let's fix that navbar movement. Now I'm going to experiment with a few more animations and create some additional transition effects. You can really get creative here. With a little experimentation, some research, and your own creativity, you can create unique and impressive page transitions without relying on any animation library. And that's it for this video. We built multiple page transition effects in Next.js using View Transitions and pure CSS. No animation libraries needed. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel and lets me know you want to see more creative front-end tutorials like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.